Alright, robot, here's the situation. It's dark 30. It's drizzling rain. And I'm going to drain this thing. Do what I should have done the other day and clean out the pumps. First part of it is drain this thing. Second thing is take off this lifter and take this skirt off the side. And then once it's all drained out, we'll go from there. You watch while I do as usual. There's the other pump. Gate valves. These dealios. I can probably get it out by unscrewing those things. And then I clean out the fitting that come in. I gotta find that point. Because there's an input point at the bottom of this hot tub. It's probably right back there. One of those two things or three things. I'm going to have to take those screens off at some point and clear out any fecal matter or Barbie heads or anything else that's in there. And I'll put it all back together and see if it'll work better. According to the source of information I have, these three things here are your intakes, and it looks like there's a screw right in the middle of them. So that's the first answer. I'm going to have to get my screwdriver. Then they may just come right off. I'll at least be able to inspect them for fecal matter. And there it looks like it's got some buildup around it already. Scuzz in there, but it's not terrible, I don't think. There might be some biofilm. Let's see what's in here. Looks like a lot of nothing. That's just the housing to screw that thing into. There's nothing in that. That's my 2-inch line that'll go directly to my feed. I'm ready to say that one wasn't terrible. Let's look at this one. This one, got a little scuzz in it, not bad. I'll blow it out too while I'm at it. Yeah, that one had a little crud in it. Not ridiculous though, there's a little blonde hair in it, which is not surprising. Looks like I better get that stuff out of here at least. Hose these off and call it good. So I can say that I've done it. Alright, let's tackle this one first. Big pipe wrench. Well, I guess I should take that hose off. Big pipe wrench. Take these two fittings off. That'll leave the front of the impeller, which is that thing. And then there are, looks like there are 8 screws, number 2 Phillips. Not rocket science, but it is spa mechanics. Stuff out of the pump head. Alright, time to get my big wrench to take that thing off. It is. I know all these things. Get my wrench now. Well, there it is. This is off now. Guess we'll get it out of the way. Boys and girls at the factory get a little rambunctious with the foam, obviously. I'll just try to get this. And I have to tap that gently in order to keep from breaking it. Gasket's good. Oops. That's Teflon or something. Gasket's good. We got a little sand on the outside of it. My impeller. Damage? It didn't look like it. No stuff in there. Pretty good. See any stuff in there? I don't see any stuff in there. Let's see if there's anything around this shaft here. No, nothing around the shaft. So I'm declaring that pretty good. Nothing's broke. No dirt. Not much scuzz. This one's in pretty good shape, I've decided. No cracks. No nothing. Alright, let's put this one back together and tackle the other one. One thing I'm going to do, which is take my hose, stick it up there as far as I can, and see if I can blast anything out of there. Because anything that's going to screw up my sensor switch is going to be between here and the hot tub. Give me a minute. Here's the answer to that question, which is where this thing goes. Didn't look like there's any obstructions, but I'll turn it on up to full speed and see what happens. Looking good. All right. Here we are back. That thing was a pain in the neck and I just couldn't do it. So what I'm going to do is cut the end of that hose off. Put the fitting in and then stick the hose end on. That's the plan. See this is my problem. This wasn't threaded. I was trying to put it in the wrong hole. That's what happens when you get a short memory. Well, that was back on. That was hard. Oh, O-ring. Yeah, it's on there. This thing is nothing. Little tab that helps you line it up properly. Oops. All these things are a big pain in the neck to screw back in because they're all plastic and they're all kind of not especially well lubricated up. I guess there's some kind of lube I could put on this, baby oil or something that wouldn't deteriorate anything. See if I can get a cloth on that so I don't screw up my part. all she wrote on that one. Alright, here's the second one. It's just like the other one was, except just a little more cramped back in here. Just gonna make it just that slightest bit more annoying. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna do it though. Now to get those screws out. That was hard. Now gently tap that cover off. I'll try to leave that on. Gently tap that cover off and see what happens. Any dirt in here? That's a little scuzz that could have just dropped in. A little piece of foam that definitely did just drop in. Get it out of there. There's our impeller. So you can get it out. Is a little piece of scuzz around here. There was. There's a spring, but that's nothing. This all goes in there, that all goes in there. No broken teeth on this thing or anything. See what's going on in here. Some foreign material in there. We'll try to get it out. Around the shaft, bearings turning freely. Alright, I've seen worse. Let's try to figure out how the seal goes in here. Probably like this. That's what I'm saying it goes. Put it all back. It's not come out especially robustly, is it? You know, that's the end that probably goes up into this filter. Unlike the other one, which is coming out pretty speedy. There's the back flush. Looks like there was some crud in there. There's a leaf stuck on the bottom of that one. I didn't show it to you. What I am going to do is get a towel and get all this stuff off the bottom. At least we can start fresh. Not at all sure that's what caused the problem. We'll see. This right here is how I solved this problem. Just stuffed a shop rag up in there to get some pressure behind this. A little bit of pressure so it goes through. There it is, all back together. Gate valves are open. That wasn't too traumatic. Actually, it was pretty traumatic. Now to put it all back together, I got to put the top end back together, and then get as much of that stuff as I can out of the bottom. I don't know what that's going to take. And then fill it back up and start it up and see if it'll work. Before we do this, let's put the plug back in, shall we? This thing screws on. Oops, not like that. That's crooked. I want to screw it on straight at least. Probably should get a new one of these. I think this just plugs in here like this.